It's Champions League quarter-finals, second leg time. We hold on to that 1-0 lead going into this second leg against Leverkusen. Can we do it? Can we progress to the semi-final? We've never got past the quarter-finals in Glory Hunter. Let's see if we can do it. Yes, hello, welcome into Livestreams Sports here for another episode of Glory Hunter on FM22 here with Man United. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss an episode, and if you missed the last one, go and check it out. We played the first leg against Leverkusen. We also had a lovely game against Watford in the Premier League as well. In today's episode, we have a game against Bournemouth, and we also have that second leg against Leverkusen. Let's get straight into it. We're playing the rotated side yet again for the Premier League match because we want a full strength team for the game against Leverkusen. You can see the team in front of you. Henderson keeps his place in goal because Galini's still returning from injury. And Beta and Mustafa at the back. Lamptey, Escudero in the wide full-back positions. Thielman, Ravella and Nico the midfield. Niang, Nusa and Willett the front three. And you can see from the Premier League table we're still 5 points clear. Bournemouth here are in 12th. It should be a comfortable victory. I say it should be, doesn't mean that it's going to be. Let's get into it. Let's see how we get on. Then we can get to that important second leg against Leverkusen. So here we go, early on, Bournemouth playing this kind of greeny grey colour. That's like what I had to see on the pitch, to be honest. That's their away kit, and we are at home, obviously playing in our red kit here. Thielman launches the ball down the line toward Ravella, but it is intercepted. The ball launched away. Ravella gets the ball back, though, forward toward Nusa. Niang heads it forward again, and the ball's just bouncing about like a pinball machine. But Thielman has it on the ground now. Now finds Niang, forward to Nusa, goal. Outstanding. We lead 1-0. They're going to check for offside with VAR, though. But the goal has been awarded, and we win. That's not quite how it works, even though we've scored inside the first 90 seconds. We are winning 1-0 early on in this match. Outstanding. Obviously, last time out, we had a big victory against Watford, and then we scraped a 1-0 win over Liverpool. I say scraped, we dominated the game, but somehow only won 1-0. So 2 victories in the last one. Let's see if we can do that again today here as well. It's through on goal, rounds the keeper, tugs that one in. It's 5 minutes into the game. Niang has 2 assists, and Nusa's on the score sheet, and now Willett. And this could be a rout. Escudero, who managed to pick himself up a yellow card in the first minute of the game. I'm not quite sure what he did, to be honest. But he's on a yellow, and that's all that matters. Hopefully he doesn't get himself another one. Niang with it on the right-hand side. Back to Lamptey, back to Niang, into the middle, and it's off of Cassiano. And it's an own goal. And it's 13 minutes gone. And it's Man United 3, Bournemouth 0. Double figures, anybody? Nusa with a free kick, curls it in, it's off the frame of the goal. That was nearly 4. Maybe double figures was being a bit unkind to Bournemouth here. We are dominating the game, but I don't think it's going to be a type of game where it is double figures. But you never know as Thielman plays it out to Escudero and Nico and Nusa, and it's nice play, and Nusa forward to Ravella. He misses. That's the sort of shot, the sort of chance that Bellingham, when he's in that position, normally scores. But unfortunately for Ravella, he didn't there. And that's maybe why we're bringing in a bit of Frankie de Jong for next year if we are still here as Man United manager. He's coming either way, but I'm just saying we might not be here as Man United manager if we win all the competitions we need to win. Let's get to the dressing room. Let's say, go and keep doing that. That's pretty good. If we do win all the competitions we need to this year, that being the Premier League, the FA Cup and the Champions League, do we stay another year, try and get ourselves into the Europa League by, failing in the Champions League group stage, and then try and win the Europa League with Man United, and then we've won all the European competitions we need to, and it's then just the German Cup and League and the French Cup and League? It's something to think about, but I won't think ahead too far, because if we don't win the Champions League or the Premier League or the FA Cup, we're going to have to stay for another year anyway, as Lamptey plays it. Lovely football with Niang into Willett, and he just heads that wide of the goal. That's a good chance. Willett just misses it though. And now Bournemouth launched that one long, but Mustafa, 6'5", just turned 20, I think. He's going to be a dominant centre-half for years to come, as Mustafa plays nice foot with his good feet as well for a man as big as he is. Willett with it, finds Ravella, forward to Willett again, and Niang, forward to Nusa on the left-hand side. He'll play the ball into the middle, you'd imagine. No, he's got fouled by Niambi. They're going to check if that's a penalty. It's not, because he was outside the box, but it should be a yellow card. He went through the back of him. And yes, of course, VAR say no penalty, because of course it wasn't a penalty. It was not anywhere near the box as the ball was crossed in by me. So it was a pretty poor cross. And the highlight is finished. And now we're on the clock, and we should maybe think about making some changes. Or we could just keep our players out there and let the backups do their job here today and have the full strength team for the next one. We have taken off Mustafa though, because he'll probably be playing in the next game. We brought Livramento on to play centre back. Normally he plays in the full back positions, but he'll play centre back today, as that was a good chance from Willard, but it's tipped over the bar by the Bournemouth goalkeeper. It's out for a corner kick. Nusa swings it in. Front post header. We're still front post corners. Are maybe not as effective as they once were before all the updates, but they're still effective, I think, so that's why we swing them in there. Both centre halves in there at the front post. Nusa with a free kick. He'll curl it in. It's saved by the goalkeeper and out for another corner. And Nusa plays this one in. It's headed over the bar by Livramento. He's not normally in there because he's not normally playing centre back, but he's playing there for the last 20 minutes of this one as Lamptey throws it into Niang, and he's headed it straight to Ord. And it's gone back in, and Bournemouth have a chance here if they play the ball around well. If they lose it, we've got a chance to go on the break and get one of our own, or another one of our own, I should say. Almario back to Niambi, and O'Brien now. Nice football from Bournemouth. Switch the play toward Ord. Lamptey tracks him back. Ord ball into the middle. Nico intercepts, and we launch it away. Only as far as the centre backs of Bournemouth though. And here they come again down this right hand side. Niambi back to O'Brien. Into Niambi again. And O'Brien. And he switches the play all the way over to Ord, and Richards is on the overlap. Can he put the ball into the middle for Bournemouth? He does indeed. Ord in toward Iglesias, and Bruno Iglesias gets his 10th goal, and Bournemouth are back into this. And can they mount a late comeback? I hope the answer is no, but you never know what's going to happen. It's Football Manager, remember. The answer ended up being no. There were no more highlights in the game. We win 3-1. That's fine by me. Another 3 points here in the Premier League, and now we look forward to that second leg up against Leverkusen. And looking here, Mbeta's agent wants improved terms for Mbeta, who's a backup centre back for us, earning 49k, and they want him to earn 100k. I'm going to ask Mbeta to sack his agent. Yeah, he's done that. Good. Well, what you don't know is it means we're not paying you double what you're currently getting. So maybe you shouldn't have sacked your agent. But you listen to me. That's good. Listen to your manager. I've always felt weird trying to convince them to sack their agent. As Man City beat Reading, so they keep just 5 points behind us. There's only 6 games to go, though, in the Premier League. And one of those games is going to be up against Man City. If we win that, we've probably won the Premier League. If we lose that, it's going to get very, very close indeed. 6 games to go. 5 points separate the teams. It's interesting stuff up there at the top of the table. But anyway, let's forget about the Premier League. That's going to come in a future episode. It's Champions League today, and it's the second leg against Leverkusen. We lead 1-0. Can we hold on to that victory? Can we extend that lead? Hopefully we can. Let's advance on. Let's show you the team we're going to use for that one. Very interestingly, our scouts have just told us that Ignacio, one of the centre-backs we had when we were a Portugal manager, has just been put on the transfer list for £48 million. So maybe I might bring him in as one of our backup options at centre-back. I don't know, maybe I'll waste a foreign player place at the team. However, £48 million is a pretty good price for a centre-back as good as he is. He's on 425k a week, so I'd have to pay him a bit less than that. I'm not paying him that to be a third, fourth, maybe even fifth choice centre-back here at the team. But it's an interesting proposition. You can see the other teams interested. Arsenal and Tottenham. We don't really want him going to a rival club in our division, though. So here we are, ready for the game up against Leverkusen. We lead 1-0 after the first leg. Leipzig and Lazio, they are 2-2 after the first leg. We will play the winner of that game if we get past Leverkusen. So important to keep our eye on that one. Looking at the other games as well, Chelsea are leading Atletico and Man City are leading Milan. So it looks like it could be Chelsea, Man City on one side of the Champions League semi-final draw. Ourselves and either Leipzig or Lazio on the other one. 3 English teams in the semi-finals. English domination. It's been a while since that's been the case in European football, like properly dominant. You've often had a couple of teams there. You know, you had Tottenham and Liverpool go to the final one year, and it looks like it could be an English domination this year in a lot of competitions, actually. But in this 3 teams being from England in the semi-finals, that'd be a pretty good one. It does mean that we do avoid Chelsea and Man City in the semi-finals, which is important. We're also avoiding both Chelsea and Man City in the semi-finals of the FA Cup as well, if you remember, which we'll get to in the next episode. But anyway, let's not worry about that. Let's worry about our game. We lead 1-0 after the first leg. Let's make sure we don't throw it away here in the second. Right, so here we are. Here are the players that are going to be playing up against Leverkusen. And let's see if we don't throw this away. We've thrown stuff away in the past in Glory Hunter. Hopefully it doesn't happen this time around. Henderson in goal, Fofana, Mustafa the centre backs, and Livramento and Guindo at the full backs. And Dide, Bellingham and Stansfield the midfield three. Michel, Sancho and Rashford the front three. Michel, a little bit of a fitness test issue, so we'll see if he manages the whole game. Niang can cover for him if he needs to off the bench. But let's get into it. Let's go and get the win. Let's have a good start like we did the last time we played up against them. Remember, Rashford got a goal early on, and that was the only goal that was scored in that game. So let's see if we can do something similar in this one. Remember, Felix Burke, who will be joining the club in the summer. Let's hope he doesn't do something against us here. Steven Gerrard is the Leverkusen manager. I did not realise that. So let's get into this one. We are playing in red this time around. Let's go and get the victory. At least a draw. As long as we don't lose, a draw will get us through to the next round. But please don't lose. Corner kick, Michel swings it in, headed by Mustafa, is off the crossbar. What a chance that was for us. Big Mustafa, taller than most people on a football field at 6'5", and nearly got himself a headed goal there as Livramento throws it in to Michel. And now Stansfield, who comes forward in toward Rashford. He's in behind some of the defenders here. He hits it straight at the goalkeeper. And it's still 0-0 on the night. Ndidi with the ball here, switches it to Sancho, and now Stansfield. And Stansfield goes down the left wing. Will he cross the ball into the middle? He does. It's all the way to the back post though with Michel. Back to Livramento. Livramento wins. Sancho heads it into the goal. We go. And we lead 1-0 on the night. 2-0 on aggregate. We are going through at this rate. Let's hope it stays like that. It's a long cross from Stansfield all the way behind the defence and everyone in the box. Michel gets it back, finds Livramento, and he puts a good ball in. And Sancho just jumps ahead of his man. And it's 1-0 on the night. And I just noticed Willie Collum refereeing yet again. We have a lot of matches in Europe refereed by Willie Collum. I'm surprised he gets to the games, to be honest, because he's not that great at the ref. But Guindo goes down the left-hand side, back to Ndidi. And Guindo finds Stansfield. There's three men in the middle if we want to get the ball in. And Ndidi switches it to the back post. And it's clear away, but Livramento will collect. And he comes in field. Fofana forward to Bellingham. Bellingham over to Stansfield, forward to Michel, who's in behind Burke here. Michel back to Livramento, in toward Rashford. It's cleared away, but Sancho hits the shot just wide of the goal. We've got the ball at the back here. Mustafa and Guindo pass the ball around, and now Bellingham has it. Michel on the right-hand side, forward to Rashford. It's almost like a goal we had in the last game against Leverkusen, but he shoots wide of the goal. And we can't afford to throw away these chances. Leverkusen have the ability to pull back and try and get a couple of goals. Saying that though, they've only had one shot so far in this half. Michel, ball into the middle, headed in, and Fofana's got himself a headed finish. We lead 3-0 in aggregate now, and surely that's the tie done. Half time, 2-0 on the night, 3-0 in aggregate. We've just got to hold on and not do something stupid here in this second half. As Guindo finds Michel into Rashford. It's cleared away by Leverkusen, but there's a free kick now on the edge of the box. Who's going to take this one? It looks like it's Rashford, number 10. He takes a free kick, he curls it, it's off the side of the post. What a chance that was. Burke throws this one in on the hour mark. 3 goals needed for Leverkusen here. They've only had one shot in the whole game, so I don't imagine it's going to happen. And indeed it won't, as Sancho's in behind and he tucks that one in. The assist from Stansfield. A poor clearance from the Leverkusen goalkeeper. Found its way to Stansfield, who found the wonderful pass into Sancho. Look at that. Stansfield gets the ball from Ndidi, and it's a great ball forward into Sancho. Tucks it in. He gets his second of the day. And it's 4-0, and we are going through. Stansfield has been so good in that midfield role, acting as a playmaker. Bellingham working as that Mezzala next to him. It's wonderful, wonderful football that we are playing, especially with those young English talents in the team. Stansfield, small, but pretty good in that midfield. As Sancho's a chance for his hat-trick here, and he tucks it in, and he's got himself a hat-trick. 24 this season for Sancho. Not normally a goal scorer when you look at his previous seasons in the game here, but with this system we have, the two inside forwards really are just so dangerous and they score so many goals, or inverted wingers, not even inside forwards, or just inverted wingers, and Sancho can come off and give himself a little bit of a rest. We'll bring on Willett for him, and indeed he can come off. We'll bring on Ravella in that defensive midfield role. But Sancho, Michel, Niang, Nusa, they're scoring so many goals for us here because of the way that our system works, and there's actually less goals typically for our strikers in this system, but Rashford has scored quite a few this season, and Willett, who's playing on the left instead of up front. Normally he plays up front when he plays for us, but he's playing off the left after he came off the bench today, and that was nearly out for a throw-in. But nonetheless, the game is done. We've won 4-0. It's 5-0 in aggregate. That was an excellent win, and we're through to the semi-finals of the Champions League for the first time here in Glory Hunter. Well, it's taken a while, but we've got there. And looking at the other result of the day, Leipzig won up against 9-man Lazio, which means we play RB Leipzig in the semi-final of the Champions League, and we'll see when that one appears in the schedule here as we scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and we'll see when it will appear, and it's going to be in a future episode certainly. The next one has got the FA Cup semi-final in it, as well as a Manchester City game. I tell you, we're just going to be going every single game we're playing, I think, here. Southampton, Man City in the next one, then Southampton, Leipzig in the one after that, West Brom, Leipzig in the one after that. If we get to the FA Cup final, it's going to appear somewhere down here. I tell you what, you're just going to be wanting to see all the games here, because every game matters at this stage. Every game could decide if we're going to win a title. We could end up winning all three that we need. We've already won the Carabao Cup. It could be a quadruple that we actually win here with Man United, even though we don't need to count the Carabao Cup because it doesn't matter for Glory Hunter, but it would be an actual quadruple if we can win all these games. So let's see if we can. We're just going to keep going here, 2 games by 2 games, and we'll see if we can walk away winning all the trophies we need to. We've managed to get to the semi-final of the Champions League, so if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like on it. It really does help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss a thing. It's getting to the business end of the season. It's going to be very exciting. You don't want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button so you get a video into your subscription box every single Monday to Friday at 11 AM. And until the next one, which will be the FA Cup semi-final against Southampton and the second Manchester derby of the season, we'll see you then.